Okay. Hello there. Good afternoon. It is the 3rd of December, and this is essentially my thoughts for the month. Mainly, the Gregorian month, that's one thing, and the other one is the actual Earth Rats month from December 7th, lasting till January 5th, 2021, right? So, we are in the last month of a crazy year. I think that's a very long story, and we will look back in the future, right? When we come back to this point, and in retrospect, I think we will definitely call it a historical year, right? That aside, we just had the full moon, which was basically a partial eclipse, right? In the previous video, I actually mentioned it on the side, and I didn't actually correlate the two together, but it was a partial lunar eclipse, and we will be heading into a total solar eclipse on December the 14th. You may have heard, right? So it is, again, number one, it is nicely pegged towards the first half, second half sort of a feel, even from a couple of months ago, right? In terms of the full moon and also the new moon, right? But what it gives us in this particular case for the month of December, it gives us the opportunity to really reset and to prepare for that reset, in fact. So we have the timing basically from a couple of days ago, after the 30th November partial lunar eclipse, into the total solar eclipse on December the 14th, to really do a lot of thinking, a lot of clearing of the thoughts that have arisen. And it's been a process, right? It's not like it suddenly just appeared. So if you've been doing the inner work, you know what I mean. It is where we are in terms of understanding this point of time that we're at, with everything that we've experienced, particularly in 2020, what needs to change, and with the underlying fundamental of how and what needs to change so that we can move into the future, right? Because the future is near. It's literally early this year from the Chinese metaphysics perspective in terms of transitioning into the metal ox year. That's one, right? And second of all, with the great conjunction that you may have heard of between Jupiter and also Saturn, moving into the sign of Aquarius and so on. So all of it actually intersects on December the 21st, which is also the winter solstice. That's why literally December 21st will be the transition point into not just the metal ox year, but also into a start of a brand new phase. So we can see this as a lead up, as a run up to, in Chinese metaphysics term, would be period 9 in 2024, right? These next few years will be very crucial in terms of how we gear ourselves up into the energies of period 9. So let 2021, which really begins on winter solstice 2020, be the first year of transition into that. So now, in between the awareness and the heightened feelings, emotions, and all that we have triggered prior and around the recent lunar eclipse, right, bring us into the awareness of what still needs to be said, what still needs to be worked out in terms of relationship, particularly when it comes to longer term, deep-seated type of issues, right? So that's personal. It really depends on what needs to be said in or within your personal relationships, what you personally need to clear out, and so on, right? So whatever it is, you have this 2-week period until December 14 to really work those out, and then December 14 with the total solar eclipse that will be pressing the reset button, right? So that leads into that week of welcoming in not just the metal ox year on December 21st in conjunction with winter solstice, but also into this new phase of life that we can see as an important transition into period 9 in 2024. Okay, so look into practices such as anything that has to do with letting go, okay, anything that has to do with cleansing, right, discarding what you don't need anymore in terms of attitudes, mindset, in terms of memories, in terms of whatever constructs that you currently have that need to go, right? Do some sort of a cleansing ritual. For example, Jessie Lee would have the flower bathing ritual, right, for this particular purpose, and she's also doing a Facebook Live with details on that, right, this coming Wednesday. So do a letting go cleansing ritual of some sort. And then also by December the 14th, hit the reset button with some sort of rebirthing, restart ritual that you can actually look into as well. There are various ways you can do that. So on that particular note, I let you, explore whatever methods that work for you. Okay, so we are now at, in a way, calendar-wise, right? It is the last month of 2020, but really it is an early welcome of 2021 as well, right? So more, in fact, of the second situation. Okay, so it's quite exciting, and I don't know about you, but I'm sure, that sense of optimism and hope is hopefully raised and heightened for you, right? As we wrap up the year as well, isn't it? So I wish you all the best in that. And if you're watching live right now, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And remember to make sure that you're linked to this page, whether you have liked it, as well as whether, more importantly, that you have turned on the notification for whenever I go live or I post something on this particular timeline. Okay, so make sure you do that. In the meantime, have a good, awesome December, okay, 2020. And also for you Parts practitioners, in case you didn't already know, if you have Parts fundamentals, if you're a Parts student, I am having a workshop tutorial, right, for the annual assessment with the energies of last year, which is basically 2020, right? Particularly guiding into the aspects and into the chart reading for 2021 as well, all in relation to all these big mega energies that we've been facing for 2020 and also 21. So in this tutorial, I'll be going into how we actually read charts, as simple as that, but more importantly, derive the key important information that we need to decipher, right, so that it's relevant for the person whose chart is being read, so that the essence of what needs to change and how to actually start and initiate this rebuilding process is what we focus on this particular workshop and tutorial, right? So, and of course, within that also we will be discussing and unearthing a lot of the key parts of fundamentals which are necessary for reading any particular chart. Okay, so that happens this Saturday. In case you are a student or practitioner and didn't know about that, you might want to consider that workshop. Okay, so in the meantime, till the next time I go live, take care and have a good and awesome December, right, in getting ready to welcome a whole brand new phase. Okay, take care, bye-bye.